Willem, welcome to LRD X Cars. I found myself here today inside of the Metropole Museum in the Netherlands to take a look at a very special car collection. It's a very special Ferrari collection that they have presented here of about 40 of the most limited, most special and newest Ferraris you can check out here. I'm here actually the last weekend, so sadly for all of you that didn't know about it, it's actually too late, but I will share most of the cars here. I'm gonna start the first part with the Ferrari collection and then make like a second part of the other cars that are here presented in the Metropole Museum. You can already see the cool Puro Ferrari behind me. And I would say to all of you, enjoy watching the video and enjoy the tour here at the Metropole Museum. First start off here with a special line of V12 Ferraris with the latest limited one, the A12 Company Johnny here behind me. The Ferrari A12 Company Johnny is actually based on the Ferrari A12 that's next to it, the A12 Supercars. There you have an A12 GTS behind. And only 999 of the A12 Company Journeys will be built. A bit more upgraded than the regular A12 super fast. 2.8 seconds 0 to 100 kilometers an hour time. And still with the 6.5 liter V12 in the front. With the carbon fiber bridge here over the hood of the car. Carbon fiber wheels this one has. The yellow Nart racing stripe going underneath. It's actually, like I said, based here on this, the A12 GTS. This is even the convertible version. The hardtop that can fold in. We also have a Company Journey Appartement of the A12 that's next to it. It's a bit the same as the GTS, but then also a race model. This one here is in a very cool matte blue exterior color. Makes it very rare, and also the painted Scuderia shields are on this one. And then again with the Nart racing stripe. I think maybe it's the same owner, would be cool. Then here you have like a regular A12 super fast, 800 horsepower. This one finished in the silver color. A nice tan interior to it. Beautiful trio here of the latest V12s from Ferrari. Then before the A12 actually, this the F12 came. It was still with the 6.3 liter V12 in, so a bit more smaller cylinders in this one. I think the F12 produced still 740 horsepower, so almost as much as you would have here on the A12. And then the Pininfarina design, which I quite like. It's a good looking one. And then the typical Ferrari red color with a nice tan interior to it. I think Grosso Corsa will be the color. And even another one next to it. With the F12, two ones here even. Then here the race version, the special model of the F12, the TDF. Ferrari F12 TDF Tour de France. Here in a very cool spec to it, full matte black. On this F12 TDF. I've seen some videos of this car. It's actually from a Dutch owner, and he is really putting a lot of kilometers on this car. You can see it here on the headlights. Really, it's used. I think he has almost driven like 60-70,000 kilometers with this one. So for a F12 TDF, it's quite a lot. And he's done like a lot of track days with it. 2.9 seconds, 0 to 100. On this one, so 0.1 slower as the latest A12 Company Journey. Good looking one here in the satin black, really nice even. Then before the F12 you had the Ferrari 599. It was with a 6 liter V12 engine in, producing about 640 horsepower. They also have the race version of this one here. There you have it, the GTO, which is actually one of my favorite cars of the Ferrari lineup. I forgot to mention some of the prices. I think here now the F12 TDF will be worth about 1.5 million. The A12 Company Journey we just passed, it's about almost 2 million nowadays. So yeah, very expensive. And there were like 799 of these. No Aperta version, no roadster version of the F12 TDF. And here a cool full black 599 like I said. Then here another white one with the Italian tricolore going overneath. Cool spec to it. Racing seats in. 2011 models. And then you have the GTO version of the 599, which is actually quite cool. Those are still under the 1 million, the pricing. So I think those will also get up in price in the future. Only 599, like the name says, of the GTO were ever built. And then with the 6-liter V12 engine, it's the same engine you would find in the Ferrari Enzo that they placed here in the 599. More of a grand tourer, more of a car you could actually drive around. Instead of the Enzo is really a hypercar from Ferrari, it's a bit more crazy to take. The 599 GTO has 670 horsepower and 620 Nm of torque in comparison to the 612 you have in the regular 599. I think this one really is going to get up in price in the future, still under the 1 million, and actually the most rare of the 3 V12 limited edition track monsters, the F12 TDF, the A12 Company Journey. Then here a nice and green Ferrari 456 GT, also with a V12 engine in, quite a cool one. And it was actually owned by a Dutch prince. You can see the picture on the car. Interesting. Then here a Ferrari 512M, another very known one, Ferrari 512M. This one with the headlights in. You also have it here, the Testarossa with the closed-off lights. Almost look the same. You also have it on the side, the sporty fins on the side. Quite nice. The V12 engine in, producing 400 horsepower. Car from Miami Vice, really cool one. BDI, more classics, 365 GT, the 2+2 version. Only 800 of these were ever made. Also with the V12 engine in, 340 horsepower. And here some more classics, the 365 GT4. Also a 2+2 example. And then only 470 of these were ever made. A very good looking classic, the Ferrari Daytona, built between 1968 and 73, with a 4.4 liter V12 engine in there. Only 1400 examples were ever made, and it had a top speed of 280 kilometers an hour and the 0 to 60 miles an hour or 0 to 100 kilometers an hour just took 5.4 seconds. Good looking one with the long bonnet, quite like it. And here another quite special one, a Ferrari 250 GT Cab. It has a very good look to it, quite like it here. Only 36 examples were ever built. And here the Series 2, there were another 202 examples ever built with the V12 engine in 240 horsepower from 1960. Really good looking one. And here more of the coupe form of Ferrari 250. It's a Burano version, so even a more special one. You even see some cars are here for sale. Also with a V12 engine and 240 horsepower. Yeah. Cool one. Then we come here to the most special one that they have presented here this year in the Ferrari collection. It's the Ferrari 250 GTO. Like a lot of you will know Ferrari 250 GTO. Very special one. And there's a cool story to tell with this one. I think it was Bonham's auctions or Aaron Sotheby's auction. No, the name, I think Aaron Sotheby's. I've sold this car actually for a record selling 60 million, which is quite insane, and it's owned now by a Ferrari collector here in Holland, in the Netherlands. So a very rare one to see here. And it isn't even a fully original 250 GTO. The body only is from a 250 GTO and the chassis is from another Ferrari. It's quite fun to see it here, 60 million guys. I'm gonna show it closer to you. I think only 25 of the Ferrari 250 GTOs were ever built. And of course they were built to go racing, like most of the older Ferrari cars you see here around me, like the ones behind, all were built for racing. The car does a 0 to 100 kilometers an hour in just 6 seconds. The top speed was 280 kilometers an hour, guys, in 1963. That's very fast from the 3-liter V12 engine. 300 horsepower that one was producing. Yeah, quite insane actually to see it here. I'm gonna turn the camera around, you can see it a bit closer. It says here that only 39 of the 250 GTOs were ever built. And I think only less than 30 are still in existence nowadays, because a lot of them raced in real competitions, so a lot of them got into a crash, things like that. Really good looking one. You have here the 3 forms in the front that open up, typically from the 250 GTO. And also on the side you have the more fins to cool the V12 engine. Really special one. I have seen some in the past, but now to see this one here is actually quite special. And here next to it we have a 275 that's still to be restored. 275 GTB. It's actually a barn find, they say here. Also with the V12 engine in. Good looking one. Finished one should look. So if you're interested in doing a nice rebuild to restore some of the best looking Ferraris, I think the 275 GTBs are really good looking ones. This one has an alloy body to it, sort of a special race interior with 4-point belts in. This one uses a 3.3 liter V12 Colombo, so a bit bigger as on a 250 GTO. But it only used also 300 horsepower. Yeah, beautiful one with a French livery overneath, blue interior. And here we have a Ferrari 250 GT short wheelbase. A lot to come, guys. Still a lot to come. Ferrari 250 GT short wheelbase, only 165 were ever made. Also one of my very favorites here, the look of the 275. And the 250 really is very good looking. 280 horsepower from a 4.4 liter engine. Yeah, you had the 250 also in a long wheelbase. Then we continue here with some of the hypercars from Ferrari, like you already see. Beautiful F40. Great looking one, F40. I've seen a lot of them, but every time I see them I get quite a great looking one with the turbocharged V8 in. More than 1,000 were made at the time. But now they're worth 2 million. The price has gone up in the last years. I think one was for sale here in the Netherlands for 2 million. I think 3 years ago you could still pick one up for 1 million, so the prices are really rising. Cool one. the 6-speed manual one. Then you have the LaFerrari next to it, the latest Ferrari hypercar with the curve system in that's yet to be replaced. I think 2024, 2025 we'll see its replacer. Then before that there was the Enzo, which I told you is the same engine in there as the GTO Ferrari we just saw. Nice look here. Most of them were painted in this typical Rosso Corsa color, but some of them I've seen are in a different one. I think you can count it on your two hands. Much were in a different color. It says 1300 cars were ever built. And the car only weighs 1100 kilos, so very lightweight. 320 km/h top speed, 3.8 seconds, 0 to 100. And in 1989 that was very fast, guys. Car just produced 478 horsepower. You see it on the inside, the carbon doors. Real race seats in, very lightweight made. And the cool thing is you can open up here the front part and also the engine compartment you can really open up. But I'm going to continue. Then we have here a cool black LaFerrari. Very nice look. Again, only 500 of the Ferraris was ever built. This LaFerrari. Nice, the going doors are up. Then the V12 engine. It was a 6.3 liter V12. The same you could find in the F12. And then with the curve system, the extra battery packets bring the output at about 963 horsepower. Then with a dual clutch gearbox in there. Great sound to these ones, but you barely see them driving because they are so rare. What a special story is that this car was actually owned by Fernando Alonso. You will all know him, the second time world champion in Formula 1, owned actually this LaFerrari, so that's quite cool. I think I saw his other one, or maybe this one, also in Monaco last year. He also has like a matte black one with like the red pinstriping going around. And you see all the matte carbon fiber in the front bumper. So here, and the mirrors. Great look here with the doors up, really nice. And before that there was the Enzo, named after the founder of the company, Enzo Ferrari, to celebrate the history he has left behind. At that time he already was passed away, but 660 horsepower here on this V12 car from 2004. Only 400 were even built, it says. Then with a naturally aspirated V12 in, no hybrid support or anything, still a very fun driving experience in this one. And a great looking one actually. I think it's still a very good look. This hypercar from Ferrari with here all the air vents in to cool the car. Again with the wing doors that are up. And then just the subtle Ferrari styling. No spoilers on, and not that crazy of fins or anything. And these are very expensive actually. I think 4 million an Enzo will cost you now. The LaFerrari will be about 3 million. So very expensive boats, not your everyday Ferraris. Yeah, very cool to see them here. Then I have here one of the latest Ferraris, a 296, a GTS version even. Like you see with the roof off, and also cool carbon wheels to it. This is the V6 car with the hybrid engine in. One that's quite new for now. Then there are some more I could show to you. We have the Ferrari Portofino M. Now the Roma Spider has taken the Portofino which plays a bit. Again, the hardtop that folds in, V8 in the front. Yeah, good look here. Grey with the chocolate leather. And Alcantara interior. Perfect cruiser here. Then next to it, we have a Ferrari 599. It's sort of the spec of a GTO. I was thinking all the time that it would be a GTO because it has like the matte black roof to it and the red color. But how you could actually notice a GTO is that it has some extra air vents here in the hood. The regular 599 only has 2 air vents, and on the GTO we just saw you have like 2 air vents and a bit more bigger grille here in the front. Also a stronger engine of course in there. And here next to it we have the 612 Scaglietti. Here in I think sort of a blue Le Mans color from Ferrari. And here the last in this line is this a Ferrari 575, the Super America version. Quite fun is that it has a carbon glass roof on that you can manually fold on top of the car. And the funny thing is, if there is actually water here on this glass, you will get wet of course when putting the roof on. You would also take this one with a manual, but the car, this one actually has automatic gearbox in there. So the manuals are of course the ones to collect, but here with the automatic gearbox, also still a good look, a special one, but I would definitely take the manual on this one. Then you have here a F8 Spider, special livery to it. Actually the last Ferrari to just have a V8 in there without hybrid. It's a turbocharged V8 of course in this one, the same you had in the Pista. I think something about 700 horsepower. I'll push this one out. Great looking one, racing seats in. All of the V8 Spider we have the SF90. Then with the Assetto Fiorano pack to it, like you see here, carbon fiber spoiler. This part actually comes up, or goes down I mean. It's quite fun that it goes down and the air can float underneath. You see the V8 engine in. With the 3 electric engine this car has, 2 in the front on each wheel and then 1 on the gearbox. Full carbon fiber diffuser, carbon fiber wheels this car has. Here on the side some carbon, interior full matte carbon doors, racing seats, carbon racing seats in there. Even the hand painted Ferrari shields. 1000 horsepower, the SF90, and a cool look to see here. What fun was this GTS 296 is registered for 2024, so a brand new one. And it's already almost, I think, only 1 week and it's January, so this owner will be quite looking forward to it. Then another fun thing to say is the A12 Company Journey and the A12 GTS next to it were in top 10 of most expensive cars registered in the Netherlands in 2023. I think this one was 660,000 euros because of the special color to it. And only always here in the Netherlands, the sports cars and the cars with a big engine are quite expensive. They are more expensive than we have in Belgium. But what a sick car to see here. I haven't seen that much of the 999 A12 Company Journeys. Still a rare sight to see them. Then you also have here Ferrari Purosangue. Actually did a full review about that one a couple months ago. The V12 in there. A bit the replacer of the FF and the GTC for Lusso, because it's just a bit higher as those cars, not really an SUV like they say. And the thing is, Ferrari also doesn't call it actually a SUV, it's more of the FUV, they call it a Ferrari utility vehicle. This one also has the painted shields on. It was again also in the top 10 most expensive cars here of the Netherlands. So I can get why. Cool one. I've already sat in the back of the Purosangue. and it wasn't really the biggest, but you could actually fit in with 4 adults. Special to see here. Then I'm gonna show you some more Ferraris, and then there will also be a second part of what cars you have here, like the school SL with the skis on the back. What cars you have here actually in the museum, because the Metropole is here actually a museum where they have a lot of cars. So quite fun to take you around here. Yeah, actually very nice to walk around here. The Ferrari collection is really worth it. It's quite fun. Like I was saying, I haven't seen that much A12 competition journeys. I saw one in the beginning of the year at the Ferrari dealership in Ghent in Belgium. That's where I did like a full review about the car the first time, and I think it was like on almost the same spec, the grey with the yellow stripe, sort of the launch spec. And I don't think I've seen one driving yet. Haven't been to Monaco or London this year, so yeah, nothing too crazy seen driving around. Then there is still some the V8 special cars I'm gonna take you through, so enjoy the rest of the video. Then we come here to the line of special limited V8 Ferraris, with this the last one to be the 488 Pista. It's based on the Ferrari 488 like the name says, then with a turbocharged V8 in there, no naturally aspirated one. And a cool spec this car has, a blue leather interior. Show it to you when I go around. Then the typical Rossa Corsa color. Yeah, quite a nice one. Now the SF90 also has their race model. It came out the SF90 XX. We saw revealing this year. Yeah, this is also a very cool one. 740 horsepower, something like that. No limited number on these ones. Although the Pista version, or the Pista Spider version, I mean, the open top version of this one was a limited one with the S-duct in, like you see, where it was actually known for. Again, airbrushed shields on. A lot of cool options here on these cars. Then the car that came before was this 458 Speciale, based on the Ferrari 458, one of my actual favorites, because it has there the naturally aspirated V8 in, no turbocharged one. Maybe show it here to you. Beautifully presented, nice carbon fiber finishes on the engine. This car actually drove the Mille Miglia, it's quite cool. Always in front of the classic cars at Mille Miglia, you always have some Ferrari cars that drive. And they're very cool looking. Well, like I said, the Aperta version of the 458 Speciale is the last one to have the naturally aspirated V8 in there. 4.5 liter V8. I think this one producing 600. I think the regular one had 570 horsepower, but this one will be like 620, something like that. Or just 600. With some more downforce to it here on the diffuser, carbon fiber fins in, and a real great looking design. I'm gonna come back here to the Pista, but it also has a very cool looking engine bay, even with all the signings of all the guys I think that put this car together, all the engineers. And it's great look again with the carbon fiber finishes on the engine bay. Come a bit backwards, see here also the back full carbon fiber diffuser this one has. Great look actually. The F1 fog light in. I'm gonna come here, show you here the blue interior. Looks quite nice. Full blue leather. Makes it a bit more special like you have on the old Ferrari race cars. And you also had like the blue on the inside. And again, matte carbon doors. Matte carbon here on the steering wheel and on the flippers. Yeah, quite cool. Very cool again with the rust shields on. And the next in line is the 430 Scud, like you see there, again a yellow one, which again one of my favorites. The naturally aspirated Ferraris, the 458 and the 430 Scud really are the cars I dream of. Then again in the Giallo Modena color. Like I said, none of these three have like a number on them. no limited number, but most of them were only in production for like a year, maybe 2 years, so not many of them around, like a couple thousand, just thousand, something like that. Then this car has a 4.3 liter V8 in with 500 horsepower, and I think easily one of the loudest here of the three, because yeah, it's a bit more old school, and it's from 2008. Quite cool one, stripped down interior, and 320 km/h top speed. I think here in the speciale in the pista it will already be like 330 or 335 even here in the pista. Yeah, really cool. Then we come here to a Ferrari 430 Challenge car. Always on the V8 models and the 458 and the 430 and the 488, you always have like a challenge car that is built to race on the track, because yeah, Ferrari is of course known for the racing. And if you want, you can buy like a full track car from Ferrari. And you see it here with the toque in the front. Here's some latches to release the bonnet easily. Fully stripped down interior with full race seats in. Here plexiglass windows that can open and close. 4-point racing belts in, full harness, and then totally stripped down like you see. No more regular interior. You also have like a special system to fuel up the car. Again here the beautiful 4.3 liter V8 in there. They're quite nice. Racing wheels on. Yeah, fully race pack. Here show the back of the 430 here. Again the beautiful cover. Again with the race stripes overneath. Something on a special limited Ferrari is nice to see the racing stripe. This one has like the silver. The other one has like the black racing stripes to it. Yeah, quite cool. Then we come here to the Ferrari 360 that actually came before the 430, so the full line 360, 430, 458, 488. Now the F8 that's actually there, and then the hybrid ones you have nowadays, the 296, which is the V6, and the SF90 is the V8 one. Special spec here, 400 horsepower here from the V8, 3.6 liter V8, and built between 1999 and 2005, 290 km/h top speed. And next to it you have also a challenge version of that car. The 360, nice black one. It's even for sale. This one is also for sale. Here, this one is also for sale. If you see a black for sale, then they are for sale. You just need to go to a Metropole website to check it out. See it here again. Fully stripped down car. Bit older. Really well used. Slick tires on. Maybe heat. Same specs, 400 horsepower V8. Then stripped down more, I think more lightweight. Probably stripped like 100 kilos. Then come here to some classic racing cars from Ferrari. This is a 340 America Spider Vignale. Very special one. Cool look. Also a Dutch owner. Shields on. A car you probably see driving around at the Mille Miglia. Then here a Ferrari 375 MM Spider. Actually seen one before last year in Monterey at the auction. Very cool, the classic racing Ferraris. It's the real history. Now they're worth like a lot of money, but actually they were race cars back in the day. Here the cool bubble in the back. The passenger side is closed off. Like you see, steer is on the right hand side, like on the other one. Back in the day they raced a lot in England, so that's why. Cool here, 2 exhausts on each side. Really, really cool looking ones. Nice shells here. Come here a bit to this interior. Totally original like you see. That's special. Tell you with this 375mm Spider that the V12 engine in there, it was 4.5 liter, producing 170 horsepower, was actually also used in the 1947 F1 car from Ferrari. So it's quite nice, an F1 engine in a road car and a road racer, actually interesting. Scaglietti body, and then yeah, again a very small number were ever produced. So yeah, good value they have now. See if I can tell you some here about this 340. It had a 4.1 liter V12 and 280 horsepower from 1952. And was also a race car back in the time, 1952. It raced the Mille Miglia, it raced the 24 Hours of Le Mans, the Targa Floria. So a lot of known races this car has driven. Cool one. We have some more classic Ferraris here, a Ferrari 195 Inter. The special known grille in the front, one of the very early Ferraris. And here a Dino GT in special color. Quite nice. Then a 308 GTS in a black on the red. Cool looking one with the V8 in. Then here a 328 GTB. So the hardtop version here of that one had like a sort of a Targa roof you could take off here, this part. Quite cool. Is here also the back of the 360 Challenge car I haven't showed you. The special exhausts in the center. Normally you would have them here on the side, but it's totally open here. Then a carbon fiber spoiler on this one, and the fully open race engine in there. 328 here. Then next to it here a Mondial cab version. So here the back of the 430 Challenge. Looks a bit like a Scud. Quite cool. And the Spider version you see here. A Mondial. Sort of a 4-seater. Also with a V8 in. Then hier a 348 TS. Also a cool looking one from 1992. V8 in with 300 horsepower. 3.4 liter V8. Quite nice. And the 355 GTS. These were all cars from before my age, so I don't know that much about them. Also with the Targa roof again. Yeah, quite cool. Nice lineup here. Quite nice detail is here the manual 6-speed manual gearbox, totally open. Quite nice. That's a cool thing on the classics. But they have like the manual gearbox in. Then I think I showed you most here of the Ferraris. Actually a very, very good looking collection here that they put together here at the Metropole Museum. Then I'm gonna tell you one last story, quite a fun one, of the barn find, the 275 GTB barn find. It was actually about 10 years ago in Florida. There was a barn where the roof, I think, got down, and they found like a lot of special race cars from Ferrari, F1 cars even, and there also the 275 was. And then I think a friend of the owner here of the Metropole Museum, a Dutch guy, actually bought it now this year. It's just here for a couple of months, and also the car like it is now, so it still needs to be restored. It's still worth 4 million, guys, so very high price for a car that doesn't even drive even. Quite a fun one. And then I think some cars here are also from a lot of Ferrari collectors here in Holland. So I want to say big thanks to them, to all the collectors, to letting all their cars come to here to the Metropole Museum, that we can all have a closer look at it, because some of them are like more than $1 million+ cars. So to actually see them in person it's quite special. It's not your everyday sight to see these Ferraris. If you ever see a Ferrari, it will be a special one, but to see these here, the most rare. It's very nice. I want to say to all of you, I hope you enjoyed the video. There will be a second part of all the other cars you have here in the Metropole museum, because it's like a big car museum. A lot of other nice classics we'll see here. And I hope you enjoyed the Ferrari collection, guys. If you aren't subscribed to the channel, then please do subscribe. I mostly go to car museums, do car reviews, test drives. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!